Hey guys, today we're going to make a couple delicious Banoffee pie tartelettes. I'm going to show you the perfect way to make tart shells, and we'll fill them with a salted caramel, praline, a banana cream, and to finish, a beautiful whipped vanilla ganache. So, let's begin. First, the salted caramel. Transfer 230 grams of sugar into a pan and caramelize it on a medium-high heat till it's a dark caramel. Stir it as little as possible to prevent the sugar from crystallizing. Once it's a rich caramel, slowly while stirring, add 280 grams of cream. Keep on heating it. Now also add 70 grams of butter, 50 grams of glucose syrup and 3 grams of salt. Heat this up till the caramel is 112 degrees Celsius. Stir it every now and then to prevent the caramel from burning. After that, pour it into a bowl and while blending, add 40 grams of white chocolate. Be sure to keep the hand blender at the bottom of the bowl to prevent any air from mixing with the caramel. Now cover it with a piece of foil and let it cool down completely out of the fridge. This takes at least 4 hours. Then transfer it into a piping bag that's fitted with a small round nozzle and keep it out of the fridge for later. Now for the whipped vanilla ganache. First soak 2 leaves or 3.3 grams of gelatin in cold water. Then pour 380 grams of cream into a saucepan. Now cut half a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add both to the cream and then bring this to a boil on a medium heat. Once it's boiling, turn off the heat and dissolve the gelatin. Then remove the vanilla pod. Now mix 130 grams of white chocolate with 100 grams of mascarpone and then also add the hot vanilla cream. Then blend it for 30 seconds till smooth and emulsified. After that, cover it and let it set overnight in your fridge. Now for the banana cream. First peel 1 banana and cut it in big pieces. Weigh 100 grams of the banana in a measuring cup. Now also add 150 grams of cream, 50 grams of egg yolk, 40 grams of sugar and 20 grams of cornstarch. Then cut half a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add the seeds to the measuring cup and blend it till smooth. Once smooth, pour it into a saucepan and while stirring, bring this to a boil to thicken it. It needs to look like this. Now pour it into a bowl and let it cool down in your fridge. After that, mix it for 30 seconds. Then remove the peel from 2 bananas and cut the bananas in thin slices. Cut those slices in small cubes. Add the chopped banana to the banana cream and mix it well. Keep it in your fridge for later. Then for the sablé tartelettes. Transfer 180 grams of flour on your worktop or cutting board and use a bowl to make a well in the middle. Fill it with 80 grams of icing sugar, 30 grams of almond powder, 4 grams of salt, 30 grams of whole egg and 110 grams of butter. Now mix it well and knead it till it's a nice dough. Then place it in a bowl, cover it with foil and let it rest in your fridge for an hour. After that, dust some flour in your worktop and roll out the dough till it's around 2 to 3 mm thin. Then cut half with a baking ring and place the dough circles in the middle of the rings. Cut the remaining dough in long thin lines and gently place them on the inside of the baking rings. Keep the dough as cold as possible so it doesn't break when forming it. Now I still had some dough left over, so I also made a bigger one. Find the link to the rings in the description of this video. Then use a palette knife or the back of a knife to remove any excess dough. After that, bake them at 170 degrees Celsius for around 15 minutes. I used a fork to make small holes at the bottom of the tartelette. I forgot to film it, but it prevents the dough from rising up. Now remove them from the rings and use a grater to level the sides. After that, mix 20 grams of egg yolk with 20 grams of cream and use a brush to add a thin layer on both the inside and the outside of the tartelettes. Then bake them for another 15 minutes till golden brown. Once golden, let them cool down completely. Now for the praline. Mix 50 grams of water with 150 grams of sugar and caramelize this on a medium heat till golden brown. Here I use the wet caramel technique to create a stronger flavor profile. A wet caramel will always be richer in flavor than a dry caramel. Once it's golden brown, add 150 grams of almonds and keep on heating them for around 5 minutes. Also keep on stirring till both the nuts and the caramel have a rich dark color. After that, pour it on a silicone sheet and spread it. Now let it cool down completely. Once cold, break it into smaller pieces and transfer it into a blender. Blend this till it's a fine crumble and then add 100 grams of white chocolate and 3 grams of flaky salt. Now blend this till completely smooth. This takes at least 5 minutes. After that, pour it into a bowl and keep it out of the fridge. Then cover the bottom of the tartelettes with a thin layer of the praline and let it set out of the fridge. Once it's set, pipe a thick layer of the salted caramel on the praline. I always pipe it in a swirl to create a nice and even layer. Then add the banana cream and level it with a palette knife. I didn't fill the bigger tartelette all the way and kept some space to add another layer of praline. Now transfer the vanilla ganache into a mixing bowl and start beating it till firm peaks start to form. Be careful that you don't over whip it. It's better to keep it runnier than that it splits. You can whip this ganache beforehand, but it's best to pipe it straight after mixing it. Once that's done, pipe the ganache in long thick lines on top of the tartelettes. You can do this in any shape you like, but I love these lines. Then take the remaining salted caramel and pipe thin lines in between the whipped ganache. Now you can keep the tartelettes in your fridge for around 2 days, but it's best to serve it straight away. Okay guys, that's it for today. Super happy with the result. Both the small tartelette and the big one look amazing. Yeah, this is massive. This is at least 2 portions, depending. But this one, yeah, it looks beautiful. You see all the nice layers of the whipped ganache with the beautiful salted caramel, and then the layers on the inside. Here I've added another layer of praline, just to give it a bit more body, because it has so much filling. And here it's a beautiful cream layered, so that's really nice. I really love the salted caramel in combination together with the banana and the vanilla. And I think it's gonna be really nice. So let's just dig in. Yeah, that looks great. Let me clean it up a bit. And you guys can see it. You have the praline, salted caramel, the delicious banana cream, and then the beautiful top of the whipped ganache with the salted caramel. So yeah, that's beautiful. And now the taste. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, it's really so delicious. I love Banoffee pie. It's my wife's favorite, and I definitely can tell why. I love banana, and then in combination with the salted caramel, the whipped ganache. Well, I already talked about everything, but the texture is amazing as well. It's a really nice way to make the tart shells. You can fill them with whatever you like, but to add that little layer at the end, that really makes them a bit soggy proof. So if you have a runny filling, it's still going to be very crunchy. And if you want to be double sure, just take some melted chocolate and brush it on the inside of the tartelette, because that creates a little moisture barrier, and that will keep your shells crispy and beautiful crunchy as well. Yeah, that's really nice salad. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments on what you want to see next. Like and share the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to support my channel, and if you also want to get more new recipes. And as always, bon appetit.